أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته Ramadan Kareem. And the answer? Allahu Akram. Okay, we're going to start with our recitation of Qur'an. And today we're going to do Surah Al-Takathur. And I know all of you know Surah Al-Takathur. So before we look at the understanding of it, let's do it the other way around. Let's recite Surah Al-Takathur. So if you've got your Qur'ans with you, it's Surah number 102. It's very short, but let's see if you can recite it with me. You ready? Okay. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق الرسول الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. So let's look at Surah Al-Takathur. Takathur, in essence, means, translation might say plentiful or multiplication of wealth, or it will say competing, rivalry. When you're competing with someone to make a lot of something so that you can show off, you can have power, you can have prestige. Even someone who wants to gain knowledge, wants to learn more so that they become important, they fall in this category. So this surah is actually negative. Kawthar is positive. Takathur is negative. So here, if somebody asks you, what is the focus of this surah? It's the fact that sort of abundance, that sort of lots, distracts the human being from reaching his full potential, from being your personal best, from being the best you can be as Allah wants you to be. Lots of stuff distract you. And visiting the graveyard or visiting death, or if I can say, when you go to the graveyard, you think about death, is a wake-up call. You see, takathur, it causes arrogance in someone, makes somebody really proud and big-headed. And people who have takathur, people who do takathur, who wants lots, basically think they don't need God. So let's see what the surah says. So it starts off by saying, Alhaakumut takathur. Lots of things divert you. So when you have a lot, it distracts you. It takes you away from what is really important. Takathur, it comes from kathara, which is a lot. So let's see what distracts us. The wanting to have a lot. The competing. You keep on competing. I want more than him or her. In English, we say keeping up with the Joneses. Taking pride in what you have. We all want lots. And we get distracted away. It takes us away from the truth, from what life really is about. And we talked about it in Surah Al-Asr. Now Allah says, Hatta dhurtumul maqabir. Until you do the ziyarah of the qabr. And ziyarah is to meet someone, right? So he says, until you come to greet the graves. That's when you think, oh my goodness. So in the time of the Prophet, there was, you had these people, in the time of the Prophet, so you had these people who said that we want to compete to say that we have more of us than the Muslims. So what they did was, they even counted their people in the graveyard. They actually counted them. They sat and said, well, we have more people than you do. So here, they used to show off a lot. As they used to say, lots of children, lots of people, and they took pride in it. So Allah says even that distracts you from reality. So hatta zurtumul maqabir, until you visit the graves. Now what happens? Kalla sawfa ta'lamun, thumma kalla sawfa ta'lamun. And that is when you will know. Imam Ali says, people are sleeping. When they die, they wake up. When you sit for a little bit quietly in the graveyard and you think, this is where I'm going to be, then you think, oh my goodness, what am I doing? What is my life all about? And we're going to talk about it in a little while when we talk about i'tikaf or seclusion. Now then, Allah says, كَلَّا لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عِلْمَ الْيَقِينِ. So now He says, if only you had the knowledge of being sure. Yaqeen is certainty, being sure. So ilm al-yaqeen is like, for example, if you see smoke, you know that there might be a fire somewhere, and it's based on your knowledge that fire creates smoke. So He says, كَلَّا لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عِلْمَ الْيَقِينِ لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ. You will actually, it is as though you will actually see Jahannam. Juham is a state of a lion. Can you imagine a lion with his mouth open before it catches you? So now He's saying this is the part where you're going to get a bit sure. ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا عَيْنَ الْيَقِينِ. At that point you will see it. Ain is your eyes. If I see smoke, then I'm going to go back to the same example. If I see smoke, then I know there's going to be a fire. But if I actually see the fire, then I'm absolutely sure there's a fire there. So He says, well, you will actually see it. And then He says, ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. And that day you will be asked about your ni'mah, about the blessings you had. What did you do with them? So takathur distracts us. Na'im, or blessings, is takathur unless we channel them correctly. It's little things in life. What do you do when you have a lot? Do you share or do you waste? Do you keep? Do you have lots of clothes? Do you wear them all? Can you share? What about food, especially in the month of Ramadan? What do you do with that? So Surah Al-Takathur is something we really, really got to think about and think, how much do I have? Do I have more than I need? Can I share more than anything else? Do I waste? And then maybe the last thing, do I have more because I want to show off? Whether it's knowledge or it's things or it's money or it's anything at all. Why do I want those things? Okay, so these are questions only we can ask ourselves. So when we come to du'as today, we will read Ya Aliyu Ya Azim, we will read Allahumma Atkil, and we will read Allahumma Rabba Shahri Ramadan. Yesterday we finished Iftitah. So today I'd like to do a dua that you're supposed to, or you're not supposed to, but it's recommended to recite every Tuesday. In fact, Dua Tawassul is recited every Tuesday. What I do normally is have a dua for every day. And I create a playlist, and you can do that on my phone or whatever you use to listen to sounds. And I create a playlist where I have a surah that I will listen to every day of the week. And I will also have a dua. So example, Friday. Do you know which dua we recite? Which dua we're going to recite on Friday? You're right, dua al-Qamil. No, dua al-Nidba. Okay, what do we recite on Thursday? Dua al-Qamil. So if Tuesday is dua tawassul, then we've got some days left. Well, you can do whatever dua you like. On Monday, I like to recite dua al-Mashlul. Oh, I love that dua. And if we have time, we'll talk about it. On Wednesday, I like to recite dua Tawbah. And that was the one that we recited on Laylatul Qadr from Imam Zainul Abidin. On Saturday, I like to recite the Munajat of Imam Ali. And that's not only in the month of Ramadan, that's throughout the year. And Sunday, I just like to listen to Asma al-Husna. So you could pick your own, but today we're going to do Dua Tawassul, and I'll talk about it as soon as we finish Ya Aliyu Ya Azim, Allahumma Atkil, and Allahumma Rabba Shahri Ramadan. So have you got your dua books with you? You do? Alright, so let's recite it together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Ya Aliyu Ya Azim. Ya Ghafuru Ya Rahim. أنت الرب العظيم الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير وهذا شهر عظمته وكرمته وشرفته وفضلته على الشهور وهو الشهر الذي فرضت صيامه عليه وهو شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان وجعلت فيه ليلة القدر وجعلتها خيرا من 1000 شهر فيا ذا المن ولا يمن عليك من علي بفقاك رقبتي من النار فيمن تمن عليه وأدخلني الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أدخل على أهل القبور السرور. اللهم أغني كل فقير. اللهم أشبع كل جائع. اللهم اكسو كل عريان. اللهم اقضي دين كل مدين. اللهم فرج عن كل مكروب. اللهم رد كل غريب. اللهم فك كل أسير. اللهم أصلح كل فاسد من أمور المسلمين. اللهم اشفي كل مريض. اللهم سد فقرنا بغناك. اللهم غير سوء حالنا بحسن حالك. اللهم اقض عنا الدين وأغننا من الفقر إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم رب شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن وافترضت على عبادك فيه الصيام، صل على محمد وآل محمد وارزقني حج بيتك الحرام في عام هذا وفي كل يوم، واغفر لي تلك الذنوب العظام فإنه لا يغفرها غيرك يا رحمن يا علام. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. So we're going to look now at Dua Tawassul. So first let's see what Dua Tawassul is all about. Where did it come from? What does Tawassul mean? What is it? What does it mean? So Tawassul literally means nearness, coming near, or a means through which we reach a certain goal. So wasila is a means of a link between the human being and Allah. Okay, the Quran is a wasila. Your salah is a wasila. All those are wasilas. In Surah number 5, do you know what Surah number 5 is? Ma'idah, ayah 35, Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. He says, O you who believe. Wabtaghu ilayhi wasila. So seek, find a wasila towards Allah. So all these things are wasilas. All these takes closer to Allah. But the Prophet is also a wasila. The Masumeen are also wasilas because by knowing them, by following them, we are able to get closer to Allah. So let's see a little story about Dua Tawassul and see what it says. So there was a scholar whose name was Khwaja Nasiruddin Tusi. You got to listen carefully. It's a story, okay? So what he did was, he was phenomenal. So he went to many places and he collected all the ahadith. Ahadith are the sayings of the excellence of the Ahlul Bayt. And he collected those that all Muslims agreed on. Not only Shias, everybody agreed on those. So he collected them all together and he thought, if I put them in a book and I go and give them to the Khalifa, who means the leader, at least he can make everybody together. Everybody's going to agree how awesome the Masumeen are. So he put them together. And it took him a long time. And at that time, you didn't have computers. You couldn't save it. You didn't have photocopiers. You couldn't photocopy it. So what you wrote down with ink in a book. So he wrote it all down. And he thought, this way, if I give it to the Khalifa, he'll make sure that everybody agrees to this. And we'll all become one big community. So he went to Baghdad, where the Khalifa was. The Khalifa's name was Muqtasam Billah. Okay, and he was sitting with his advisor. See, important people sit with advisors. So sitting with his advisor called Ibn Hajib, and they were sitting on the river bank. They were chilling on this place where there was a river, and they were sitting there chilling away. So Khwaja Nasiruddin Tusi, my goodness, I could tell you so much about him. He is amazing. So anyway, so he presented this book to the Khalifa. He gave it to him and he said, you know what? This book will bring your whole people together, like everybody will agree to it. The Khalifa gave it to his advisor, said, have a look at it. And the advisor did not like the Ahlul Bayt. Just didn't. Because that would mean he'd have to be good and he'd have to be righteous and he'd have to do the right thing. He just took the book and he threw it in the river. The ink had all washed off. He then pulled out this wet book. He handed it back to Khwaja Tusi and he said, look how the river enjoyed your book. That was the meanest thing anybody could do. Khwaja Tusi was so upset. He returned to Tus. I told you, where a scholar comes from, he came from Tus. That's why his name was Tusi, and this is in Iran. And he was so sad. So this is where the Imam is buried. Mashhad is what was Dus, right? So he went to the haram of Imam Rida, and that night he cried. He was so upset, and he complained. And when he slept in his dream, he sees Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Faraja, and there's a dua written on the wall. And he complained to Imam about the way he was treated by the Khalifa. Imam told him to read this dua that was written on the wall. And he memorized it. It's dua tawassul. Many, many, many years later, tables turned, because Khwaja Tusi was able to convince the Mongols. Now, these were people who were very strong and were invading all the lands, and he convinced them of the right way, of the merits of the Ahlul Bayt. And it was the same Ibn Hajib who was then imprisoned by the Mongols. But the dua is phenomenal. So in this dua we say, and I'm going to go through it so we can recite it together. We say, Allahumma, O Allah, inni, indeed I, as'aluka, I ask you, وَأَتَوَجَّهُ إِلَيْكَ, and I put my attention towards you. See, watch his face. When you face someone, you're giving them your attention. So you say, I'm turning my attention to you. Through Nabiyyika, through your prophet, Nabiyyir Rahma, the prophet of Rahma. And we ask that for every Masoom. We take the name of every Masoom, for example, and then we say, Ya Abul Qasim, because that's his kunya. In the Arab world, everybody has a kunya. Kunya is like a title they have. So we have different titles, and I'll go through them in a minute. And then for every single Masoom, we say, Ya Sayyidana wa Maulana, our leader and our master. Sayyidi is like your chief, the one in front. So we say, oh my leader, oh my master, inna tawajjahna, we turn towards Allah. Wastashfa'na, and we want to look for shafa'ah. That means we want to be able to have somebody who's in between, just like what tawassalna, and we want somebody who brings us nearer to Allah. Bika ya Allah, to Allah. Wa qaddamnaka, and O Prophet, we're putting you in front, bayna yaday. So before we to give Allah our hajat, our wishes, we put you there, because you've got more brownie points than anybody else with Allah. So we hope, we say, Ya wajihan indallah, O you who is close to Allah, ishfa' lana indallah. Please intercede with us with Allah. That means be the person who is in between us, so we can hide behind you and you can take our requests to Allah. Now let's recite this, and then at the end, when we come to the last bit, I will translate it again. But you will see here, we have 14 Masumin, right? So the Prophet is called Abul Qasim. You know that, right? Then we have Imam Ali, and he's known as Abul Hassan. Well, there's 5 Abul Hassans. The first Imam, the 4th Imam, the 7th Imam, the 8th Imam, and the 10th Imam. And then we have Bint Muhammad, so only say the Fatima. Then Aba Muhammad, there's 2. 2nd Imam and the 11th Imam. Then we have Abu Abdullah, my goodness. That is Imam Hussein and Imam Sadiq. These both of them are Abu Abdullah. Then we have Abu Ja'far, the 5th Imam and the 9th Imam. That's right. So, and then right at the end, when we address Imam Mahdi, we say Wasi al-Hasan. Okay, so he was the inheritor of Imam Hassan al-Askari. So let's recite this with us. I know you know it, so recite it with me, even if you're going to recite the bits that are repeated in every single section. So let's recite Dua Tawassul, okay? All right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma inni as'aluka wa tawajjahu ilayk binabiyyika nabiyyir rahma Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa ali. Ya Abul Qasim, Ya Rasul Allah, Ya Imam al-Rahma, Ya Sayyidana wa Maulana. Inna tawajjahna wastashfa'na wa tawassalna bika ila Allah wa qaddamnaka bayna yaday hajatina. Ya wajihan 'inda Allah, اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا علي بن أبي طالب، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا فاطمة الزهراء يا بنت محمد يا قرة عين الرسول يا سيدتنا ومولاتنا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيهة عند الله اشفعي لنا عند الله يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها المجتبى يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا عبد الله يا حسين بن علي أيها الشهيد يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن الحسين يا زين العابدين يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي أيها الباقر يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا عبد الله يا جعفر بن محمد أيها الصادق يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا الحسن يا موسى بن جعفر أيها الكاظم يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى أيها الرضا يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي أيها التقي الجواد يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن محمد أيها الحادي النقي يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها الزكي العسكري يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. We'll now stand. يا وصي الحسن والخلف الحجة أيها القائم المنتظر المهدي يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. Now ask Allah for your wishes. They're called hajat. Ask Him for what you want. Okay, what I'm going to do now is translate the dua that we read. I'll translate it for you. So, Ya Sadati. Remember we said Sayyidi? Sadati is the plural because we're asking all 14. So we're saying, oh our leaders, oh our chiefs. Wa mawaliya. We said Mawla, remember? So here instead of we say Ya Maulana, Ya Sayyidina, Ya Maulana. So Sadati is the plural of Sayyid. Mawali is the plural of Mawla. So we said, oh my chiefs and my masters, oh my leaders and my masters. Inni, indeed I, tawajjahtu bikum. I turn my attention to Allah with all of you. A'immati, you are my imams. Wa'uddati, you're my supporters. Liyawmi fakhri, on the day of Qiyamah, when I will have nothing. Wahajati ilallah. And you know, these are my requests. This is what I'm putting in front to Allah. وَتَوَسَّلْتُ بِكُمْ ilallah. And I want you to make me get closer to Allah. Now it's really important to understand what we're saying here. We can only get close to Allah by knowing our Masumin and doing what they asked us to do. وَاسْتَشْفَعْتُ بِكُمْ ilallah. And we want you to plead for us. You know, you got so many brownie points. You've got like a good status with Allah, brilliant status. So we want you to be there for us. فَاشْفَعُوا لِي عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. Intercede for us. Again, we're saying, وَاسْتَنْقِذُونِي مِنْ ذُنُوبِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. Save me from my sins that are with Allah. And how can they save us? By showing us the right way. Okay? فَإِنَّكُمْ, because indeed you, wasilati ilallah, you are that which will bring me closer to Allah. وَبِحُبِّكُمْ, through my love for you. وَبِقُرْبِكُمْ, with my nearness with you. أَرْجُو نَجَاةً مِّنَ Allah, I hope to be saved. I hope for salvation from Allah. That can only happen if we know our Masumin and we follow what they've asked us to do. فَكُونُوا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ رَجَائِي, please be my source of hope. Ya Sadati, O my masters, Ya Awliya Allah, O my chiefs, Sallallahu alayhim ajmain. The blessings of Allah be on all of you. Wala'anallahu a'da Allah, and may Allah remove His mercy, withdraw His mercy from the enemies of Allah. Who are they? Dhalimihim, those who do injustice, those who are mean. Min al-awwalina wal-akhirin, from the beginning to the end. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. So read this with me now, okay? Now you understand it. يا سادتي وموالي إني توجهت بكم أئمتي وعدتي ليوم فقري وحاجتي إلى الله وتوسلت بكم إلى الله واستشفعت بكم إلى الله فاشفعوا لي عند الله واستنقذوني من ذنوبي عند الله فإنكم وسيلتي إلى الله وبحبكم وبقربكم أرجو نجاة من الله فكونوا عند الله رجائي يا سادتي يا أولياء الله صلى الله عليهم أجمعين ولعن الله أعداء الله ظالميهم من الأولين والآخرين آمين رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. So today I'd like to talk about, we come to Ramadan. Oh, by the way, no pictures today. I got lots of messages from the moms, from the adults, but somehow maybe all of you are making Eid cards. Maybe all of you are so busy preparing for Eid that maybe you've forgotten. I don't know, but I don't seem to hear from you at the moment. Nothing today. Maybe tomorrow I'll hear from you. But today I'd like to talk about something called i'tikaf. I'tikaf basically means to move away. The Prophet in the last 10 days used to roll up his mattress and used to go and stay at the mosque. So to spend time in the mosque, to spend your Laylatul Qadr, all of them in the mosque, away from everyone. It's got to be more than 3 days, and we can do it any time of the year, but the Prophet did it in the last 10 days in the month of Ramadan. And really we could do i'tikaf, seclusion, like take some time out from our days, take away all the distractions and do a little bit of reflection. Remember in Surah Al-Rum, it is all about reflection. In fact, the Prophet said that an hour's reflection is better than a year's worship, a whole year praying namaz all the time, fasting all the time. An hour's reflection is better. Imam Ali says there is no worship that is greater than reflection. So maybe we should do some seclusion. Be by yourself, lock yourself up somewhere, maybe a little bit in 24 hours, switch off all your phones, don't have any distractions, no computers, no nothing, and start reflecting. Reflection is the lamp of the heart. If you don't reflect, you just go on doing the same things you are again and again and again. Allah says again and again, look at the heavens and the earth. And He says there are signs in it for a people who think. So many times in the Quran. For example, the other part where He says to think about, to reflect about. He says, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you were to count the numbers of favors that Allah has given you, your blessings, you would not be able to compute them. So maybe sit down and think, how many blessings has He given me? Because that sort of fills you with so much confidence and so much positivity. Reflect on how He's able to see you and me. You know, He says He can see everything for us. We've done so many surahs that tell us that we are watched all the time. And when we understand that we're always being watched, then it increases our taqwa. Taqwa means God consciousness, that we know God is all around us. And it encourages us to do the right thing. Another aspect of reflection is to reflect on the world. What is this world? Who am I? What do I want to be? Where do I want to go? Write down. Remember we wrote our aspirations on Laylatul Qadr. But these are things to think about every single day. Then also to think about that Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or you who believe, everything that you have and your children are distractions for you. They take you away from the remembrance of God. So look at everything around you and think, does it distract me? Because there are people who, when death comes to them, they will say, this is in Surah Al-Munafiqun, they will say, send me back so that I may do good. And he will say, no, I can't send you back. Your time is up. So to be able to think about all these things just for a little while, a little at a time, a little bit of seclusion at a time. Maybe when you're praying, your 5 prayers, after you finish praying, maybe spend 5 minutes quietly on the musalla and just think how awesome God is. Look at everything around you. Look at your own selves, how beautiful He has made each one of us. Look at creation. There are so many programs on TV that talk about nature. Look at that. You're in awe if you look at ants or ladybirds or birds. Allah gives an example in Surah Al-Mulk of birds. These are all things to do in seclusion. That's what i'tikaf was about. It was about thinking. It was about taking time out and thinking about what is important in our lives. Okay, so now we're going to look at the A to Z of Salah. So do you remember them? A for Adhan. B for our book of Salah that we're going to have, in which we're going to write about all those things that enhance our Salah, that make our Salah really, really cool, right? C for, do you remember what C for? Connect. And we talked about how we needed to focus with our hearts. Remember? Connect with our hearts. D for Dua. And in Dua we talked about Qunut as well. E for essentials. Essentials was rukn. Remember, we had 10 wajibats, 10 fingers and a nose. 5 were essential. 5 were rukn. F for forgiveness. G for gratitude. Thank you. H for home. Your home, you make it into that comfort corner where you would go and you'd pray Salah. I for intention. J for, you're right, Jahar. Jahar and Jama'ah and Jama'ah. K for Kaaba. Did you make those Kaabas for the direction? In fact, today I made sure I put them in all our rooms. Absolutely every room. I put in this sticker. I actually ordered them. I didn't make them. But you can get them. They're so cool. And I put them in every room. I don't know whether you can see one on the ceiling here. L for Layl, Salatul Layl. Remember? Absolutely make it a habit. M for Masjid. Where you do sajda is a masjid, your place. And for Noor, my goodness, that radiance is phenomenal. The month of Ramadan, and it's so sad. My goodness, less than a week left. But Noor in Salah is just something else. When you do wudu, it's like a facial, a beautiful facial that you get. Don't even have, these days beauticians are closed, by the way. You can't get facials. Go to wudu as many times as possible. Splash your face with rose water and pray. My prayer just brings everything out. Always for one. Remember, the obedience only to the one. P was for peace, taslim. Q, remember Q? Q we did qiyam and qira'at. Qira'at was to recite, or qira'ah. Qu'ud was to sit, and kunut, which we'd already done in du'as. And then R, we did R yesterday. R was for ruku. And today, my goodness, the most phenomenal part of Salah. I think it's the most phenomenal part. And that's the sajda, the sujood. And remember, it's 2 together. There was a hadith of Imam Sadiq that I have to tell you. He says, I swear by Allah that the one who does sujood, even if it's for once, listen to this very carefully, in his life will not be a loser. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? That is why the Prophet said in his sermon for the month of Ramadan, do long sujood. Like really long ones. Stay there. Imam Ali says, if you knew the amount of mercy, rahmah, that poured down on you when you were in sajda, you just wouldn't lift your head at all. You just wouldn't. So, let's look at some of the things that are important to know, the fiqh part of it. Both together are a rukn. You can't say one sajda, both together. Remember the essential? One of those essentials is sajda, the 2 sajdas. 7 parts will touch the ground. Your forehead, your palms, what else? Do you know what else? Your knees, okay, what else? And the tips of your toes, that makes 7. 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 tips of toes, 6, and a forehead, which is 7. Okay, it is mustahab if you can put another turbat, another masjid. It's called a masjid where you do sajda, by the way, or a turba or a more, or I don't know, you may call different things. You put it there to put your nose to touch it. If you have a small nose, it's quite difficult. You have to push it down. If you have a big nose, it's quite easy. you have to put your forehead. Your masjid should be something that is the earth, or what grows out of the earth that you don't normally eat or wear. That's what your masjid should be. But most recommended, obviously, you all know, is the turba from Imam Hussein, or the sand or the earth from Karbala, because that reminds us of the most important sajda in the universe that was done. Okay, well, there were a few and we'll talk about them. And the dhikr, what do you say in it? Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdi. So when Surah Al-A'la, when the first ayah was revealed, Sabbihisma Rabbikal A'la, the Prophet said, put this in your sajdas. Every time you think of it, think of Surah Al-A'la, because A'la is the most high, and we're going right down. What you say down there is heard right up there. You got to sit up straight between the two sajdas. You know that, no slouching. If you lose your masjid, say you had your baby sisters or brothers or somebody pinched it, just continue and do sajda and whatever is available. Now, one thing that we forget is that you can ask for your hajat in sajda. You don't recite Qur'an in sajda, that's makruh, but you ask your hajat in sajda. That's why you don't just say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdi. You say, there are du'as that are recommended. Yeah, for example, I love this one. Ya Khair al-Mas'ooleen. Do you remember where we recited this in Dua Iftitah? Ya Khair al-Mas'ooleen. Oh, the best of those who is asked. Ya Khair al-Mu'teen. Oh, the best of the ones who gives. Urzuqni. Give me my rizq, my sustenance, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Warzuq ayali, and give it to all my family, right? Min fadlik, with your fadl, with your grace. فَإِنَّكَ ذُو الْفَضْلِ الْعَظِيمِ. You're the greatest of those who gives extra. Ask in there. Sometimes people only do a long sajda right at the end. All your sajdas, take your time. And in between, Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. But we did this dua, remember when we said in istighfar, in between the two sajdas, you could say, Allahumma ghafirli, oh Allah, forgive me. Warhamni, have mercy on me. Wajburni, save me. Wadfa'ni, wa'afini, give me good health. Inni lima anzaltu ilayya min khairin faqir. This is a dua from the Qur'an. You know, you tell him, Inni lima, give me whatever is good, because I have nothing. I'm just broke. Tabarakallahu. Oh my goodness, Allah is the one who gives beyond what you expect, and He awakens that which is dormant. Rabbul Alameen. He's the Rabb of the worlds. Imam Ali used to say, he quoted the ayah 55 of Surah Taha when he was talking about sajda. He said, Minha khalaqnakum, from it we have created you. Wa fiha nu'idukum, and to it we will return you. Wa minha nukhrijukum taratan ukhra, and from it we will raise you again. And that talks about the two sajdas. And really life is that in between the two sajdas. Really important. Sajda is just phenomenal. There's that sajda tilawat, we talked about it, remember? That when you recite wajib sajda, there's 14 sajdas in the Quran, 10 mustahab, 4 wajib, and we would do wajib sajda there. And there's sajda shukr. And sajda shukr is 2 as well, because you put your head down in sajda, you will say shukran, shukran, shukrillah, or you don't have to say anything, but it's good too. And then you'll put your right cheek and then your left cheek, and then you go back into sajda again. Oh, by the way, if you're a boy or a man, then your sajda, you will have your arms apart a little bit. Or if you're a woman, you'll put everything inside. But for sajda shukr, a man has to do sajda all like a woman, all his bits inside. So these are things that we need to know about sajda. And let's look at the most famous sajdas we had. The first sajda shukr was done by Imam Ali when he was asked to sleep in the Prophet's bed during Hijrah. First sajda shukr. Oh, and there was an important sajda we talked about on the 19th of Ramadan. Do you remember when Imam Ali was in sajda and he was hit on the head with this poison sword? What did he say? Fuztu bi Rabbil Kaaba. When you go into sajda, you got to think. But the most important of all of them is the sajda of Imam Hussein. My goodness. You have to think of him when you go into sajda. A phenomenal man who freed us from everything. Abul Ahrar. And his sajda was the most phenomenal sajda. Whenever you do sajda, remember him and think of the last ayat of Surah Al-Fajr. Ya يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجي إلى ربك راضية مرضية. يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة means, oh soul that is totally content, I'm totally at peace with Allah. ارجي إلى ربك راضية مرضية. Come back to your Rabb. He is so happy with you and you're so happy with him. فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي. Enter into the place, my arena of those who submit to me, and enter into my Jannah. That's the greatest thing you'd want. When you go into sajda, do that dua. Ya Allah, I want you to tell me to enter into your Jannah. I want to be that sort of person. That's what you do in sajda. That's what sajda is all about. So inshallah, our sajdas will be really good. And now for Qur'an. So right at the end today, I'd like to do Mukashkish. Can you say that? Mukashkish. Now Mukashkish are two chapters of the Quran. Surah Al-Kaafirun and Surah Al-Ikhlaas. Right? They're known as Mukashkish. In fact, they're paired because they form the basics of La ilaha illallah. When you say La ilaha, that is Surah Al-Kaafirun. And then illallah is Surah Al-Ikhlaas. It's really amazing. Now, Takshishul Marid is the healing of those who are ill. That's why these surahs are called Mukashkish, that which heals. If you're hurt, whether it is physically or mentally or broken hearts, read Mukashkish, Surah Al-Kafirun and Surah Al-Ikhlas. It has a phenomenal effect. Just take a tasbih. I've got tasbih here. Just take a tasbih and keep on reciting Kaafirun, Ikhlaas, Kaafirun, Ikhlaas. You see the difference it makes. Okay, so let's start with Surah Al-Kafirun. So Kaafirun, who is a kafir? A kafir is someone who defiantly covers up the truth and wants to destroy it. You can't call everybody who's not a Muslim kafir. That is wrong. You just cannot do it. He's the judge, not you and me. Okay. Now this actually refers to the people at the time of the Prophet, whom he explained to them. He explained Tawheed. He explained they were accountable. He explained it softly. He never retaliated when they were mean, but they just didn't want to listen. They didn't like the bit that everybody's equal. The best with Allah are the ones who are God conscious. They didn't like that. So when you say kafir, please don't call anybody kafir. These are those people who were so defiant, they covered up the truth, and not only that, they wanted to destroy it. So what happens? Now they realize that the Prophet is not going to stop saying, you've got to be good. You've got to believe in God. You know you're accountable. They know that he wasn't going to stop. So they came up to him and they said, let's come to a compromise. Compromise means let's come to an agreement. They said, 1 year you will worship our gods, 1 year we will worship your gods, and that things will be fine. And that wasn't going to work. So what is the focus of this surah? This is the first time that our identity is through religion. Submission to divinity. We're quite familiar with it today because people tell us, they were Muslims or we're not Muslims or whatever that might be, whatever religion you are. But at that time, you were only defined by a tribe or a place. So they would only know you by that. Here, there's a clear identity about being a Muslim, right? So let's recite it. Can you recite it with me? And I told you, even if you know it by heart, it's really good to look at the Quran. So I'm going to use my Papa's Quran, like I told you, right here. And we're going to recite Surah Al-Kafirun. And we're going to look at the translation. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun. Say, O Muhammad, tell them, O you who defiantly cover up the truth and want to destroy it. La a'budu ma ta'budun. I do not worship what you worship. Wala antum a'bidun ma a'bud. Nor are you ever going to worship what I worship. Wala ana a'bidum ma abadtum. And again, I will not worship what you worship. Wala antum a'bidun ma a'bud. And you will not worship what I worship. And then finally, lakum dinukum waliya din. To you, your religion. To me, my religion. Now let me paraphrase all this. So when they asked him for a compromise, they believed that was the way they could live in peace. And the surah breaks all the ties. It says, I don't worship. I will not serve those that which you are orientated towards. And nor is my interaction with Allah like yours. It's never going to be like that. Why? Because the Quraysh believed in Allah. They believed He created. They were absolutely sure. They knew He created. But they didn't want to be ruled by his rules. They wanted to make up their own rules. So they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. And that wasn't going to work because they were going to be really selfish. You see, ibadah, and I like to use the word ibadah because here it's 8 times. There's no other place in the Quran so close. Every third word talks about abd. So what is abd? I know I said worship, but let's try and understand it. So ibadah means to surrender or to submit. In other words, to say, Ya Allah, what you say is what I'm going to do. And I explained yesterday, Tariq al-Mu'abbad, or the day before in Surah Al-Fatiha, a road that is Mu'abbad has no obstacles. It's smooth, it's paved, it's easy. So when you say I worship Allah, means if I follow what He says, everything's going to be easy for me. Okay, so that's Surah Al-Kaafirun. Now Surah Al-Ikhlas, Imam Ali says, needs no explanation because it's very clear. It is so clear because it explains who Allah is. You see, the Quraysh used to come up to the Prophet and say, who is this God you're so besotted with? Who is it? We want to know who He is. Now this was the answer to the question, who is God? Okay, so we really need to understand this surah because it's beautiful. Let's start and then we'll recite both of these together if we have time. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul, say, Huwallahu Ahad. He, Allah, is unique. Not even one. He is the one that has no before, no after, cannot be multiplied, cannot be divided. He is unique. Allahu Samad. My goodness. Allah is He on whom all depend. He's eternal. No, He depends on no one. We depend on Him. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He is not born, nor did he give birth. In other words, there is no father, nor is he fathered as such. Parents and children are a process of creation. وَلَمْ يَكُلْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. There is no one like him, no equal. He is incomparable. When you say kufu, it means one who is compatible. When people get married, they're looking for somebody who is kufu, somebody who they click with, somebody who's compatible. He is not compatible to anyone. Whatever you think of him, he is way above that. So let's start. He's Ahad, he's unique. He's Samad, he's not in need of anyone and he can't be overcome. He's the only independent entity. Lam yalid wa lam yulad, no parents, no children, and there is none like him. My goodness, these two are just so beautiful. So try and recite them as much as possible. Okay. All right, we're going to end today. So we're going to end with Surah Al-Fatiha, the dua for protection, and the ziyarah of Imam Hussein. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Close your eyes. Ask Allah to give the thawabs to all the marhumeen, especially those of your family. Pray for those who are ill and those who are in trouble. لي خمسة عطفي بها حر الوباء الحاتمة المصطفى والمرتضى وأبناهما والفاطمة السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. You can see behind me Quran City. Already got lights in it in preparation for Eid, and I hope you're going to start decorating your homes as well. So I'll see you tomorrow inshallah at the same time. Let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of Ahlul Qur'an and make us of those whose sajdas bring us so closer, so close to Him. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. في أمان الله كريم.